God sent me a revelation yesterday about my life and connected to a memory from my childhood. And it made so much significance and made so much sense. And I just want to share it because I think it's pretty cool. So, when I was a little girl, me and my dad, we always had a great relationship. I've always been a daddy's girl. There's a fly, sorry. And one day we were he was sitting in his chair and I was talking to him or whatever. And he used to, or he smokes. So he has lighters all the time and he collects lighters. So, he was showing me how to put your finger through, the flame is right here. I was trying to find a lighter to use to explain this visually, but I couldn't find one. So, because I'm not at home and I can't find anywhere here where I'm at. But you have the lighter on, the flame's out, and he puts his finger through the flame. And he's showing me that and telling me it doesn't hurt. You're not keeping it in the flame, you just pass it through. Pass your finger through the flame fairly quickly. And he's showing me that I don't have to be afraid of the fire. It's when you do it this small amount and this quickly, it doesn't hurt. And I grew up in the country, so this was significant to learn because we had a wood stove, we had bonfires, I was around fire a lot as a kid, not in an unsafe manner, but in a way that I needed to be okay with fire. I didn't need to be, terrified of it. And at this point, I was still like, fire is bad, fire hurts, fire is, painful. If I'm near fire, I'm gonna get hurt. So, a little child, I'm scared of it. So, this was a good test of me, but here I am sitting in front of my dad, and he's showing me how to do this. He did it in front of me, put his finger through the flame of the lighter, showing me that it's okay, that it doesn't hurt, and I trust my dad. I trust my dad to never cause me any pain on purpose. He is a good father. He is a good daddy. He loves me, and I trust him. I have faith that my dad's never gonna ask me to do something or make me do something that's gonna cause me pain, like that. And even though I trusted him as being my dad and knowing that he's not gonna ever cause me pain or have me be put through something that's gonna be painful, I was still terrified. I was crying. I was panicking because the little girl in me was so scared of fire. I'm just in this spot where I trust you. You're cool. You're not asking anything bad of me. This doesn't I know that I can trust you. You're literally doing it yourself and you're showing me it's okay. And but the part of me that was so consumed by fear of fire and getting hurt and getting burned and the pain of that, having the knowledge of that fire is painful and it burns and it hurts, that holds so much fear over me. And this wasn't a really long experience, but it did take a couple minutes for me to not be panicking. I was bawling my eyes out standing in front of him, not wanting to do this. And he wasn't forcing me per se. This wasn't you have to do this. It wasn't like that. It was a very educational and loving, moment. He was very kind, very patient, and it was just a teaching moment. It wasn't him forcing me to do something out of a spiteful or hateful or mean way. This was a very lovingly father trying to teach his daughter something moment. And anyway, I'm bawling my eyes out, and like just and he's holding my finger, like he's have a hold of my finger right here, and he's not gonna make me do it until I'm ready, okay? But he's telling me it's gonna be okay, and I finally do it. I finally let him do it. I finally let him put my finger through the fire, and I'm okay. It didn't burn me. It didn't hurt. And then, once I realized by experience that my dad is being truthful, that it didn't hurt, I don't have to be afraid anymore. That fear just kind of went away. Like, here I am. The before and after is just so astronomical to me. Like, before I went through the experience and gained the knowledge from experience, I am just terrified because of the possibilities of pain. And then once I went through it, trusting my dad and allowing him to take me through the fire, I found out it wasn't so bad. And that gave me a confidence in myself and a confidence about how to handle flame and fire and being able to have more knowledge in that only comes from the experience. Now I thought it was super cool. I thought this was a really neat trick. Now I can show other people, hey, you can put your finger through the fire and not get burnt. Like, hey, this is really cool. I was no longer afraid of it. I was excited. I was happy. I was, encouraged. I felt confident. And this helped me going forward, living out in the country, that I had this sense of, okay, well, I understand fire a little better. I can understand how to use it a little better and be more responsible with it because I'm not as afraid of it, And long story, it's like going on 8 minutes here. Long story short, too late. I'm going through a lot in life right now that's just tearing me up because I have so much fear in me. Fear controls my life in so many aspects, and I am in that little girl spot, like my God, my Father is standing in front of me, holding my hand, telling me that it's gonna be okay, and I just gotta follow him. But we are walking through fire, and or heading towards fire. I feel like I'm kind of in both. I'm in the fire currently, and like to step out of it, I have to go through it, right? That's kind of the metaphor in all of our trials. To get to the other side of whatever situation you're going through, you still have to go through it. But I feel like there's right now I'm still that little girl who holds so much fear about the what ifs, about the pain. And actually, I'm causing myself more pain right now because I'm holding on to that fear so hard. I'm struggling so much to trust in my Father to take care of me through the fire. And the phrase, we are refined through the fire, has been ringing and been coming up in the last few days. And yesterday when I was walking around, the phrase, that term just came up again in my head, like refined through the fire. And then that memory of my dad with the lighter and the flame popped up in my head. And it just fits so perfectly. It fits so perfectly because that memory showed me that I can also trust my father. You know, I already did trust him. I knew he wasn't gonna cause me pain, but only through experience I got to trust him deeper. And that is also exactly what God is doing with me now. Once I know, like right now, I am in the fire of my life. One of the many tests and trials that he'll probably put me through. I'm still young, so I got a lot more tests to go through. But this one feels really significant in the sense that there's gonna be once I am able to like when I finally decided to put my finger through the flame with my dad. Once I finally able to take that step and finish walking through the fire and fully trusting in God and get to the other side, I know he's going to take care of me. I know that he's going to hold me and keep me safe and make sure that I'm okay at the other side of that fire. And in this process, he is refining me and building up my faith. And I will have gained such a confidence in my faith with God that it will overpower some of this fear that controls my life. I know that at the end of this, when I get to the other side and realize I'm still okay, once I experience that, I will have gained so much strength and confidence in the Lord that it will knock down a lot of that fear. A lot of this fear won't be controlling me as much because I will have experienced letting go. And it's really interesting to know all that, to know what's coming and still not able to let it go right now, this instant. But I have never been good with change. I have never been good with letting things go. So God is really refining me right now. I am in the test, in the fire. And that refining is me learning how to let go of this fear, learning how to let go of all the questions, all the what ifs, all the fear of pain. Because I'm going through the pain already, so why am I scared of going through more pain? I'm already going through pain. But it's like, I know everything up in here in my head, and like, only through experience am I going to really gain the confidence that I know I need to be able to live in Christ the way that I need to. I wish I didn't have to go through the experiences to have that, but I seem to be that kind of person. I have to go through the experience first. God has to show me in real time that I can let it go and let God. And I am just really excited for when I am fully able to let all of this go and put it down and follow God through the fire and stop fighting him so hard, stop pushing him, stop trying to run away, stop standing still in the fire, just being so full of fear and panic that I just feel stuck and frozen. Because I know that God will carry me through. And it's just think it's going to take a little bit more time, but I feel like I'm getting so much closer to letting him take me through the fire and knowing that I'm going to come out the other side okay. And that I am really excited for. And I am so thankful that I have that memory with my dad to look back on, and now as an adult, that holds so much significance, and it means so much. God is so cool. That was years ago with my dad. That little test that maybe took 5 minutes felt like forever because I was too scared, but it took maybe 5 minutes, less than that maybe, because 5 minutes can actually be a long time sometimes. But it's just, it blows my mind. God is so cool on how he does that. He orchestrated my dad to put me through that test as a little kid. I say a little kid, I was old enough to, be playing with fire. But it's just so cool. And as soon as I had that revelation yesterday, I had to call my parents and tell my dad that, like, hey, just so you know, you did something cool and God used you for me right now in my life, and that's going to carry me through in the rest of my life. And I'm really excited to see where God takes me. But I have always had a problem with going through the pain. I just want to get to the other end and not have to go through the pain. And that's just not how it works. So I know that I will eventually learn that I don't have to be scared of the process. I don't have to be so scared of going through the fire. I will eventually know with experience and be more accepting of these tests and the fire, because I will have known through experience that God is trustworthy and good and loving. He's such a loving Father, and He's so kind to us. But our faith does need to be tested. It really, really does. Because I have not been living my life the way that I should be living in Christ. And I need my faith to be tested, because that's the only way I'm going to either choose God or not choose Him. And I think it's just really wonderful. And I just love God so much. And I love that story so much. And yeah, I just thought that was super duper cool, and I just wanted to share. And I'm gonna be taking that for the rest of my life. I'm gonna use that the rest of my life. And maybe one day I'll show someone else how they can put their finger through the little tiny flame of a lighter and use that as a significance, and use this story as a significance for someone else's life. Because God is so cool on how He orchestrates things. He knew that 5-minute experience as a kid was gonna come back, and He was gonna use that for me yesterday, like the rest of my life. Now that I have made that connection, I'm gonna use that the rest of my life. And that is just so cool to me. And I can't wait to God use other things that happened in my life in that way. This thing you went through 20 years ago, hey, this is significant to your life now, and this is how God is working in you. And I'm just like, oh, That's cool. But yeah. Okay. It's like a 20-minute video of me yapping. I wanted to make this a short, but that did not happen. Yeah. Don't forget how cool God is, and I'm sure I'll make another video once I'm on the other side of that fire. It's hard to be self-aware and still not be where you want to be. Like, I'm self-aware, I see where God is going to take me, but I'm still not there yet. And I'm still going through this. I still haven't been able to put down all the fear and walk through the fire fully, but I will get there. And I feel like Him giving me that revelation means I'm getting so much closer, because I see it now. And I'm so excited. So y'all, if you watch this whole 21-minute video, don't give up on God. He's going to carry you through the fire. You can trust Him. You can put down the fear. It may hurt a little bit. I'm not saying it's not going to hurt at all. Whatever you're going through, there's pain is kind of part of it, you know. We need to suffer a little bit. God needs to humble us down and show us that He is God and He is the one in control. And we can trust in Him, you know. He is good. He is a good dad. He is our perfect Father. He is merciful and just, merciful and just, all in one. He is perfect. And He loves us so much, and everything He does is out of love and for the best of us, or the best for us. So no matter what you're going through, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is, no matter about all the what ifs and all the potential pain and heartache you might go through, God is worth it. I know that sounds crazy, because if a God that loves us, why would He want us to suffer and go through pain? And He doesn't want us. He doesn't delight in our pain. He cries with us. But if you were to think of your own parents, or if you have children, think of being a parent. There are so many times that you have to allow your children to go through some pain for them to learn. Because we can tell people the right things all the time. Like, hey, you shouldn't be doing that because of this. Or, it's okay. You can let go. You don't have to be so scared. But just like a little kid on a jungle gym, they might be afraid of falling, so they might be afraid of climbing or whatever. It's just in our nature that we have to learn by experience. And a lot of times that experience, we have to experience the pain to know the good. And sometimes being told the knowledge is not good enough. We have to still experience it to really know it and live in it. That's just kind of how we are. And God uses that.